And during that celebration last night, Governor Bentley announced just last night that he plans to make the proposed I-10 bridge over the Mobile River a reality before he leaves office.
That is one of our top priorities, and it has been. In fact, John Cooper and I have talked about that. I have talked with Congressman Bradley Byrne about that, and he's very much for it, just like I am. And I believe that we will at least be able to get that started before I get out of my next 4 years. That's our goal.
Of course, it is still not a done deal. Even if funding is approved, construction could take years to complete that bridge. Tonight, we're going to take a closer look at the proposed project and what it could mean for taxpayers in Mobile and Baldwin counties. It's tonight's Local 15 News Reality Check. A lot of questions still surround this proposed bridge over the Mobile River. In fact, we still aren't even sure if this is what the bridge would look like. And on top of that, how the project would even be paid for.
It is going to require a funding source somewhere. It's going to require tax money.
Baldwin County Commissioner Tucker Dorsey doesn't see a way around it. He believes taxpayers will ultimately be footing much of the bill.
One way or another, the bridge has to be paid for. None of these road projects are free. They don't come from magical money somewhere that exists out there.
One likely option, according to Chris Elliott, who also serves on the Baldwin County Commission, would be to toll drivers.
And I think that the reality is that the new model is a toll model, even on federal interstate systems. And Federal Highway Administrations recognize that as well, and allowing legislation to allow tolls on interstates is the path forward.
And that proposed toll on the proposed bridge would, of course, depend on the final cost of the project. Right now, construction estimates are anywhere from about $850 million on the low end to $1 billion when all is said and done. One of the busiest toll roads in our area is the Foley Beach Express. It's a $3.50 charge one way. The funds collected are used to help pay for the private road, but never in our area have we had a toll on Interstate 10.
We've been watching for the last 20 years. Inflationary changes in this bridge, which I think started out at $350–400 million, is now creeping up on $1 billion. So the longer we wait, the higher the cost of the bridge will be.
And while we wait for traffic relief here in the Port City, others are relying on a new route too, not just for pleasure, but for business. An average of 75,000 vehicles a day travel through the George Wallace Tunnel, and gridlocks have become all too common. Coastal leaders are basing their construction cost assumptions on similar projects in other areas, like the Arthur Ravenel Jr. Bridge in Charleston, South Carolina. It too was a project years in the making, ultimately costing around $700 million, but that was back in 2001 when construction began, nearly 15 years ago. For now, it's all about funding, and officials say beyond that, there is still a long road ahead.
The worst case scenario is it doesn't ever get built because we can't get it finished. We can't get to completion. We can't find the money.
Congressman Bradley Byrne tells Local 15 News he wants the state to look at other options aside from tolling. Byrne says he does not support any type of tolling on a public road, and the driver should not be asked to foot the bill.
Local 15 News is your advocate to expose corruption, fraud, and waste in local government.
If you know of any wrongdoing, scams, or abuse of your tax money, call our Reality Check hotline. There's the number, 877-315-7268.